welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna do a Halloween fall palette haul video for you, and then I have one non palette item that's fall related. So if that sounds interesting, definitely stick around. Make sure you're subscribed, and yeah, we're gonna just jump right on into the video. I did grab some wipes so that I can swatch some stuff, but let's start off with Too Faced. But before I start, I feel like I did get quite a few this season. Last year, the only Halloween release I think I got was the one from ColourPop, the Hocus Pocus, their second launch. I did end up getting that. I got two. I bought my oldest daughter one, and I got one. And then I did end up getting Too Faced's Cinnamon Swirl palette, but I got it in like January or February. It was like way after holidays, so I don't really count that. So yeah, the only one that I bought last year was the Hocus Pocus palette, because I feel like there wasn't as many. Either that or I just wasn't seeing ones that I was like super drawn to. So I feel like I went a little hog wild this year compared to last year, but there was more palettes that were interesting to me. Now granted, the last like 2 months I've only worn makeup like once each month, but I'm hoping by next October I'll be able to use these, because even the Hocus Pocus palette from last year I've never touched. I bought it, never used it, because Emma, our youngest, was born on the 2nd, so it just was one of those things I didn't end up using it. So hopefully next year I can get back into some sort of a routine and use palettes. And you can use them after Halloween too, but I'm one of those people that like the holiday palettes I like to use around the holiday time. So let's talk about Too Faced. I did get the Pumpkin Spice Second Slice palette. And by now, this has been out for a while. I'm sure you've seen swatches, so I'm not going to swatch this one, but I kind of went back and forth on whether or not I was going to get this, because it does look similar. To me, it kind of reminds me of a combination of the pumpkin spice and the gingerbread spice, the original. If you were to combine them, I feel like this is kind of where you would end up. And then I did get the lipstick. I actually got this as a set on QVC. I will leave the link down below. It was actually a really good deal. This was like $48. So the palette was discounted and you basically got the lipstick for free. So it was a really good deal if you're interested in both. So this is the PSL. I wanted to go to my house and film a video on this because I have the original Pumpkin Spice lipstick, because I'm curious how the shades compare to one another. Obviously I don't have it on hand. And then I do have the Gingerbread Girl lipstick. I don't have the boy one. So I would like at some point to film a video so that I can swatch these and kind of compare them, and then do a video. So hopefully at some point I will be able to get a video out, because this will be the first Pumpkin Spice palette that I've never like reviewed and put a video out thus far. So hopefully I can get to that. But it does have kind of a cinnamony smell. It's not super strong. The lipstick to me is stronger, but of all the scented lipsticks from them I have, they don't really linger too bad. Like, they do dissipate after a while. So if you're sensitive to smells, to me they're not terrible, but just keep that in mind that there is fragrance. The next one I got, this is an older palette from Ace Beauty. I think this came out last year too. This was the Falling For You. This was in BoxyCharm. I didn't get it in my box, and they've had it up for sale a few times, and I was like, no, I don't need it. And I think it was marked down to like $6 or $9. It's a little bit higher now, so I ended up getting it. So this is the Falling For You. So you've got shades like Persimmon, Candy Corn, Cider, Chestnut, Pumpkin Pie. These Ace Beauty palettes always are like draw me in, so I ended up picking this up because it was on sale. So since we've been talking about ColourPop, I did get the new, I only bought the palette. I was contemplating about getting the highlighter, but the body, like the soul highlighters are big, and I have a ton of highlighters, so I did not. And again, this has been all over the internet. This palette to me is more appealing color-wise than the one they did last year. The one last year had similar colors in it, but they were much brighter. These ones are a little bit more muted, a little bit more on the grungy side. So this palette, to me, color-wise, was a little more appealing. I think I ended up getting the one last year just because I had the first one, and I didn't buy it initially. I got it a little, like a couple weeks after it had launched, but so now I have all three. So hopefully at some point I will get to use them. I did get the Baddie Bean and Shroud, the new Hollow Bean. I do have her Freakin' Bats palette. I was able to get that the first round too, because I'm one of those, if I really want a palette, I will set a timer and I'm like right there. So I was able to get her Freakin' Bats palette. That took longer to ship out. I think she's got a better pressing system. So she was able, I think, to have more ready. So this one did not take as long to come. But this is what it looks like. I really, really like it. Very Halloween-esque. I think she did a great job designing this palette. It's very, very grungy. You've got like a moss, like a, I don't even know, very dark, swampy, tealy green. This is a plum. It looks black, but it's a, I'm pretty sure that's a purple. I haven't touched it yet, but yeah, I think she did a great job. And I do think that this palette and her other palette, her other collab palette, I think go really well together. So I'm excited to have that. Shroud has a really nice formula if you've never tried them. And then the last one that I got was the Gourmand Girls slash Doodles by the Bunny, the Spooked palette. This did just sell out. It was in stock for a while. Never tried this brand before, but when I saw pictures, this I think was the most pricey. This was like 54 and I used a discount code, whereas this one was like 40. The indie palettes are a little bit more expensive, but this was the most expensive one out of the bunch. But I don't know, this one just really, all the influencers that I saw that reviewed it seemed like they liked it, and it just, the color story, and you've got little jack-o'-lanterns and bats and spider webs like pressed into some of the shades. I don't know, the color story on this just seemed like something that I just appealed to me. So again, I set a timer and woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and bought it right when it launched. It did stay in stock for a few weeks, so it wasn't necessary for me to do that. But with indie palettes, you just never know how, you know, what their quantity looks like, how fast something's going to sell out. So I generally will jump on at launch and try and get it right away. So yeah, those are all of the palettes that I picked up for fall. And like I said, it probably seems kind of silly considering I'm probably not going to use any of them for a while, but I have them. So, and it is something that I save for just in case, because the Halloween launches seem to be like, I don't know, the most appealing to me. Now the other one is Christmas. If ColourPop comes out with another Christmas palette, I will probably buy it. I did buy the Rudolph palette last year, so I'm thinking that ColourPop's will probably be the only one that I pick up if I get another Christmas palette this year, but we'll see. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Make sure you're subscribed, and hopefully I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye, everybody.